All right, we're gonna ask the questions. But you just want to start? Okay. Okay, so we got a report of a structure fire, apartment fire here on River Hill Circle. And obviously once we got here, actually before we got here, we can see heavy smoke in the sky before we even got here. Once we got here, we discovered they had fire coming through the roof of this apartment and heavy smoke. So we immediately called for a second alarm. So right now we're just in a process of making sure that this fire is out. We do have it under control at this time, but it's not out. We still got hot spots. Right now we have no reported injuries at this time. So, but we had several people talking about their dogs and their cats that were still on the inside. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Right now, we're unsure as how this fire started. Obviously, we'll be taking a look at it, investigating, to try to figure out how this fire started, and then we'll go from there. Well, not sure at this time. It looks to be burning pretty high because it did get up in the roof line, and then actually it went across. So until we can kind of get in and look, because it could be some fallout, or it could have started. We just don't know at this time because most it looked like it started maybe on the back side of this apartment. So we just got to get back there and take a look at it, and then we can figure that out as we move along.
Is there a number of how many apartments have been affected so far?
Yeah, this particular building has 28 units in this particular building. So we do know that there are 28 families being affected, and according to their roster that they have on the complex, we're looking at about at least 38 people being displaced. We had sent out about 13 fire units and about 60 firefighters to fight this fire.
Were there any injuries?
Right now, we have no reported injuries at this time, so no one has reported any type of injuries at this time.
Can you repeat how many departments are out here right now?
So we have about 13 units out here. We also have Irmo out here with us as well, units from Irmo in Columbia. We also have CPD, the police, and also Richmond County EMS out here. EMS come out just in case there are injuries.
So had anyone had to be taken to the hospital at this point? Do you know those numbers so far?
No one that I'm aware of had to be taken to the hospital at this time. Like I say, we have no reported injuries. That's not to say there may be some, but nobody has reported any injuries to us at this time.
Probably too early to tell, but did it start at the front, the back, the middle?
Well, at this time, we're not sure as to whether it started the front, back, or whatever, the middle. However, we're going to take a look at it, and we'll figure that out. Once we kind of get in and start looking at things, then we'll have all that figured out as to where it started.
Is the entire building considered a total loss?
Well, because it got up in the roof line and it walked across, yeah, we consider that, well, I'm going to put it this way, at least significant damages. I'm not sure what can be rehabbed on the inside until we kind of get in and take a look at it, and I guess it'll be up to the building, the apartment complex as to whether they want to tear the whole thing down or whether they want to try to rehab it. But by the looks of it, because it got up in the attic area and went across, I would consider that as basically a total loss.
I know you don't know what started the fire, but right now a lot of people are using space heaters, whatever for warmth. Any message to people right now?
Well, again, we don't know how it started, so we're not going to try to guess at what happened. But yeah, the message is always, if you're using space heater, be careful with them. I know it's cold, but at this time, like I said, we're just unsure as to how the fire actually started. So, but again, we'll get in and take a look at it. We'll see what the fire did as it moved along, and we'll figure all that out. As far as smoke alarms, I'm quite sure they had smoke alarms, but sometimes when you get a fire like this, we don't hear them go off, or they might burn up or whatever before we get here. So, and that's to be determined as well.
I know it's still early, but you said there are 35 people that are displaced right now. Do you know where they'll be able to lay their heads tonight?
So what we're looking at is about 38 people, according to the roster that that the apartment management gave me, it's got 38 people listed. Now, if they had more people in the apartment, I mean, we don't know. We just go by what's on their roster. But anyway, we have notified Red Cross, and Red Cross gonna be responding to get these people some assistance.
After beating the initial fire, how long is there a chance for embers to reignite?
Excuse.
After you beat the initial fire, how long are the chances of embers to reignite and start another fire?
Well, unfortunate, we put fires out, but sometimes there are hidden fires. Now, I don't expect for an ember to jump from that building to another building. However, there can be some hidden fires, they could reignite. But we'll be out here for a good while to make sure that we go through this building pretty good and make sure that nothing reignites. And if it does, hopefully it won't. The other thing is there is a building actually next to this that suffered some damage as well. It didn't catch on fire, but with this aluminum siding, it's so easy to melt, and we had got some melting on the building next to it because this was such a hot fire, so to speak. So we do have some damage to a building that's next to it.
When you guys got here, basically everybody was pretty much evacuated out of the building. You didn't go and tell somebody to get out or anything.
Well, everybody was not evacuated from the building, and the reason being because people were trying to, I guess when they came out, saw what it was, realized they had pets and stuff in there. So we did have people that was trying to go back in, or some people that didn't get out, but they was trying to get their pets out. But we have to make sure that they get away from the building, because when you got a building burning like this, it's so easy for when it started burning, the walls can fall in, the porch can fall in, and people can get hurt pretty significant just for the fallout. So we did have to make sure that people did not go back in. We would stop people from going back in, even on the parts that were not burnt yet. People were trying to go inside that, but because the fire was moving so quickly, we had to make sure nobody go back inside on any of it.
One more thing. Do you know when these were built?
I'm not sure when they were built. Good.
I'll get that mic.
It's my mic now.
I can get no Debo.
Yeah.
And that was Fire Chief Aubrey Jenkins there with the Columbia Fire Department, going ahead and breaking down what he just said. So it was a 2-alarm fire. This was on Broad Terrace Apartments. We have learned that the fire is not completely out right now, as they are still working on hot spots. There could be hidden fires. That's what we're seeing right now. But 13 units responded to this 2-alarm fire, including Irmo Fire, Richland County EMS, Columbia Police, as well as Columbia Fire.
Yeah, so we know all in all, according to the fire chief there, that 38 people are currently displaced. So that means the American Red Cross will step in, try to assist those people that are being impacted. Also a big concern about pets.
Yes.
People's cats, people's dogs being trapped inside. They were trying to get back in there. That's what the fire chief said. And of course, they couldn't let them back in there for safety reasons. Don't know the cause of this fire. It's currently under investigation. Very too soon to tell. No reported injuries, though. That's very good. So far.
So far.
Yeah.
So far. So this is all still a very fluid situation, as you just heard for that live press conference. So be sure to follow us here, both on air and online at WLTX.com. You saw Taylor Richardson is also out there right now. Our crew is there, going to be able to talk to residents in a couple of minutes to kind of give us a full impact of exactly what happened in that apartment.
Yeah, also worth pointing out, though, that it was so hot and the blaze was so much, right? It was visible before they even pulled in there, and there was damage to the next door buildings as well. So we'll have all the details coming up a little bit later as well with more live looks. WLTX.com, a great resource. Stay with us.